I mean, it defines the term frenemy, I think. In your view, maybe it doesn't. But both China and the United States have things to gain from a continuing relationship. But it is fraught with pitfalls and dangers. Right. Do you consider you take all that into account in when you're trying to figure out a strategy for us?
Well, you bet. It was 6 years ago. I presented the first major address during our administration to announce we were changing course on China. Look, for 20 years, the United States and most of the West kind of bet on increased commerce, increased exchange would result in China moving away from authoritarianism, respecting private property rights. But what our administration recognized was that the opposite has actually happened. I mean, China has used its ability to grow its economy in many ways at the expense of the United States workers and become more authoritarian along the way. So we changed the national consensus on China, Joe. During our administration, we not only built up our military, but yesterday I said we've got to be spending 3.5% of GDP on our military. We got to modernize our fleet. We got to have a 355-ship Navy. Everything starts with American strength, especially in the Asia Pacific. But then beyond that, I think we need to move forward with a policy of continuing to limit access to this economy to China and other authoritarian regimes, even while we expand free trade with free nations. I mean, the truth is we have literally subsidized growth in China. I mean, the green agenda here in the United States by the Biden administration is literally subsidizing China that makes most of the electric batteries. I mean, I got to tell you, you guys have talked a lot about the UAW strike underway, and there's a lot of rhetoric around it. But I know the automotive industry. I was governor of Indiana, Joe. I know Sean Fain. He's from Kokomo of Indiana, the head of the UAW. I guarantee you that one of the things that's driving that strike is that Bidenomics and their green energy electric vehicle agenda is good for Beijing and bad for Detroit, and American auto workers know it.
And inflation, I think, we keep talking about how that plays into it, because the UAW is not getting a wage at this point, given some of the concessions in 2007 during the financial crisis, given the inflation we've seen for the past 2 or 3 years. The buying power of the average UAW worker is definitely declined. So they've got a point. What would you tell Apple? What would you tell Tesla? What would you tell Disney? I mean, how do we approach a future that you're describing with China when it's such an important trading partner with some of our biggest and most important companies?
Well, I would tell them that, particularly when it comes to the high-tech sector, yesterday I said, look, we should end H-1B visas in the United States in the high-tech sector where there's national security implications. Look, it's the reality is that that global Chinese espionage is on the rise, and we've seen far too many Chinese nationals in this country be a part of that massive avalanche of intellectual property theft that's taken place, particularly in our tech sector. We've got to put our national security first. But at the end of the day, I mean, look, remember that Phase 1 trade deal, Joe? We imposed $250 billion in tariffs on China, and frankly, they came to the table almost overnight. Now, I think President Biden has largely dropped the ball on enforcing the Phase 1 trade deal that we negotiated, agricultural products, automotive products, manufactured goods. But I think we demonstrated that if we commit to a strong national defense, to making sure that we have the strength to not only defend our nation, but see to our treaty interests and challenge China's ongoing efforts to engage in military provocations that actually interfere with freedom of navigation. Combine that with using access to the American economy, and China will come to the table. And I believe it's also the best way to encourage China to literally move away from trade abuses, intellectual property theft, and ultimately bring pressure on China to end the human rights abuses against Muslim Uyghurs, Christians, pastors, and others in their own country. We're the most powerful economy in the world. We're the most powerful military in the world. We ought to use American strength and as a backdrop to encouraging China to move forward into the family of nations. China is our rival. China is our economic adversary, but whether China actually becomes our enemy someday, I think depends on the choices that American leaders make over the next 5 years. If I'm president of the United States, we're going to lead with strength, and we're going to hold China accountable, and we're going to look to expand free trade with free nations around the world.
Vice President Pence, you've been getting this message out, trying to reach people, but I'm just looking at the average of national Republican primary polls as of September 15th. You've got 4.7% in the ratings. Is it frustrating that you're not getting more traction? What do you think you need to do to pick up more ground, to catch up either with former President Trump, with Ron DeSantis, Ramaswamy, Nikki Haley? What do you do?
Well, look, Becky, you ought to come out to Iowa with me sometime. I spent most of last week in Iowa. We're getting a great turnout. We're getting a great response from people. And remember, these national polls are kind of irrelevant. That's not actually the way we go through the nominating process. We start in Iowa. We go to New Hampshire. Nevada comes in, South Carolina. And I have to tell you, I really do believe that whatever the polls show today, that come January 15th, when that Iowa caucus happens, that Republican caucus goers in Iowa, primary voters in New Hampshire, are going to recognize that different times call for different leadership. Look, we have got to move our party. We've got to move our country past the failed policies of Joe Biden, who has weakened this country at home and abroad. I see a determination to do that, and we're going to continue to work our hearts out to earn the right to be that standard bearer and bring the country back.